Hello everyone, I am Sanjeev Kumar at Plutus IS. Now, let's go with India and United Nations recent development. Means what kind of recent development we notice with respect to India and United Nations. What we will cover within this lecture, we will try to cover India and UN legacy. India और UN की क्या legacy है? When this UN was formed, what was the purpose for formation of UN? How India advocated for certain events or things that approved by United Nations like incorporation of Yoga Day. Year 2023 year was declared as Year of Millet, International Year of Millet. What and how much India has contributed to UN Peace Organization UN Peacekeeping Force. इंडिया का क्या रोल है, कितना स्ट्रेंथ है, how it played effective role, or it is the largest UN peacekeeping force. Starting of permanent seat, etc. for India and United Nations Security Council. What is the current status? How many times we approach? What are the barriers regarding the permanent seat? Then various important steps that government of India took and praised by United Nations like vaccination Matri during COVID-19, election towards Statistical Commission of United Nations, a role of India in United Nations Human Rights Commission's acknowledgement. So we will go through comprehensively with all these topics. ठीक है, तो ये सारा कुछ हम डिस्कस करेंगे इसमें. सो लेट्स एक्सप्लोर इंडिया यूएन लीगेसी. इंडिया यूनाइटेड नेशन लीगेसी. So with respect to legacy, we will discuss from Gandhi's dream to global diplomacy. Gandhi have never attended this United Nation. If he would have attended this United Nation, probably he might have established a resolve several issues across the globe just by spinning charkha. Spinning charkha was symbol of self-dependence. So Gandhi used to advocate self-dependence and with staunch principles with respect to advocate of peace and means for progress and development by peaceful ways, probably satyagrah or honesty, etc. Now, if you talk about this UN, United Nations Organization, it was established in October 1945, but it was not established just in single event, but multiple series. Multiple conferences took place just after the First World War, and finally, in June 1945, there were around 51 countries which met in San Francisco. In San Francisco, these 51 member countries generally decided, let's form United Nations Organization. Then what was the purpose of it? Its purpose was, UN purpose was for securing peace, promoting peace. Peace should be established throughout the world. Because we notice World War First, World War Second, and several clashes among countries, huge casualties, mass murder during Holocaust, during Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Okay, so all such event we notice during First World War and Second World War. So in such condition, these countries across the globe, around 51 countries, some of the major leading countries, they realized that if we started to fight or continue to fight, struggle among each other, fight with each other, then it is never ending exercise. It seems to be continued for several decades. Since World War II started in 1939 and ended towards 1945. So one of the main purpose of UN was to end it. If such kind of great incident would not happen, just like Nagasaki or Hiroshima, atomic bomb blast, fat man, yeah, a little boy. So probably this World War II might not have ended so soon. So UN was created, United Nations organization was created to promote peace, cooperation, and prevent wars, especially the World War. वर्ल्ड वार को प्रिवेंट करें. It is not in humans development favor. So today India is on the same path that was followed by Gandhi. We are doing diplomacy with chai pe charcha. Means diplomacy refers to peaceful resolution, a resolution of certain critical issues by peaceful means. That was the same ideology that Gandhi used to follow. Now moving towards इंटरनेशनल योगा डे. आपने सुना होगा कि इंटरनेशनल योगा डे. So this yoga day was approved in 2015, especially when in 2014 India proposed this adoption of International Yoga Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while speaking in General Assembly, United Nations General Assembly में जब उनका भाषण चल रहा था, he highlighted the importance of Yoga Day, especially in era of so much health issues, complexities, obesity, yeah, various other kind of problem related to sedentary lifestyle, related to hypertensions, related to hectic, official, busy schedule life. So in 2015, we noticed that over more than 190 countries joined hand together to participate to celebrate this yoga event. So United Nations headquarters London had diplomats doing Surya Namaskar. So International Yoga Day not only approved but acknowledged across the globe because of excellent advocacy of India as well as contribution of Baba Ramdev, Patanjali, yeah, the ancient development towards yoga or towards some physical exercise. Now, we have also noticed International Year of Millet. हमको International Year of Millet हमने ये celebrate किया, as well as we emphasize across the globe how millet is important, how this millet can curb over malnutrition, hunger, poverty that is spreading widely across the globe. Now in India, this millet is being traditionally grown from so long time period. हम millets को जनरली बहुत लंबे समय से ग्रो करते आ रहे हैं कन्वेंशनली, ट्रेडिशनली. अब मिलेट्स के अंदर क्या क्या होता है? जस्ट लाइक योर बाजरा, रागी एंड सूरगुम, ज्वार. There are multiple varieties of these millets. So India said, hey world, let's try millet. And UN said, wow, that's good idea. Let's go with millet. So finally, this 2023 was International Year of the Millet. We popularize it across the globe. Now, we are talking about peacekeeping force, UN peacekeeping force. So you have noticed that generally wherever there is civil war, ethnic cleansing, clashes, whenever such kind of atrocities started across the globe, then UN used to deploy certain peacekeeping force to prevent life and to assist countries while dealing with certain kind of non-social activists, they are non-social leaders. So Indian soldier here are called as blue helmet soldier. Blue helmet soldier, with respect to their courage, with respect to their support, presence, and always alertive or attentive attitude. India generally have the strongest and most active country across the globe who participate in UN peacekeeping force. So India generally having strongest and most active UN peacekeeping force. India has sent over more than 2 lakh troops to 49 UN peacekeeping missions. हमने लगभग 2 लाख प्लस ट्रूप्स को भेजा है and more than 49 UN peacekeeping mission. हमने यूएन के बहुत सारे पीस कीपिंग मिशन में वी हैव सेंट मोर देन 2 लाख पर्सनल एंड दैट इज वेरी एक्सीलेंट अचीवमेंट फॉर द इंडिया. We have majorly sent to most of the developed nation या poor countries, Africa, Asia, Middle East, in this entire region. Several missions generally propagated with the assistance of Indians and UN peacekeeping force. So India oftenly said that for most of the participants that you will handle speech. Most of the countries generally they talk more about. So we say, okay, you will handle speech, we will handle ceasefire. India will handle ceasefire. Means we are talking less, rather doing action more. Yeah, we are responsible for finally establishing peace in some of the African countries, Asian countries, yeah, Middle East countries. Now moving towards permanent seat. India's seat in United Nations Security Council. United Nations Security Council is the most powerful and successful organization of United Nation organization. ठीक है, यूएनओ का सबसे जो पावरफुल कोई ग्रुप है तो वो यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल है. नाउ दिस यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल, द मोस्ट पावरफुल, comprised of P5 permanent 5 members. Now you know who are the permanent 5 members. So these permanent 5 members are USA, UK, France, Russia and China. Probably it is said that in the very beginning, just after the independence, UN permanent seat was offered to India. But anyhow, at the time period, Nehru ji generally supported for permanency of seat for this China rather than India, to increase his overall leadership across the globe, wider acceptance, etc., etc. Yeah, we also believe in Vasudev Kutumbakam. Yeah, he also emphasized over Hindi, Chini, Bhai Bhai, etc. So this permanent seat was offered to China rather than India. Now, India is not a permanent member. इसका इंडिया जो है वो कोई परमानेंट मेंबर नहीं है. It is temporary member. So we are looking to become the permanent member. To become the permanent member. Okay, so we can also actively participate within this United Nations Security Council over some of the important matter. Now, for its eligibility criteria, what is required? Yeah, what India possess? India, you know already that it is participating maximum number of troops. Means the largest peacekeeping force India has with respect to Uttar, United Nations Organization. India has the largest population. India के पास सबसे ज़्यादा population है across the globe. We have already beat this China. चाइना को भी हमने पीछे कर दिया है और वो एक ऐसी चीज में किया है कि शायद पहले हम नहीं सोच रहे थे. पॉपुलेशन में हमने उसको बीट कर दिया. ऑल्दो एट प्रेजेंट बर्थ रेट इज कंटिन्यूसली डिक्लाइनिंग और प्रोबेबली इट हैज सैचुरेटेड नियर अबाउट हम दो हमारे दो. लगभग जो बर्थ रेट है ऑन एंड एवरेज अक्रॉस द नेशन वो हम दो हमारे दो पर आकर के हम रुक गए हैं और प्रोबेबली फ्यूचर में डिक्लाइन होने के चांसेस है. पॉपुलेशन अभी तक हमने खूब बढ़ाया है, फ्यूचर में प्रोबेबली वो ज्यादा ना बढ़े. फर्दर इंडिया लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेशन है, इंडिया फिफ्थ मेजर इकोनॉमी है, अदरवाइज थर्ड लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी एट परचेजिंग पावर पैरिटी. सो इंडिया सबसे थर्ड लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी है एट परचेजिंग पावर पैरिटी. So all such things generally support India's advocacy towards United Nations Security Council. So don't you think that India deserve, this India generally deserve for permanent seat? Despite it, India put multiple times effort, but we remain calm, peaceful, patient. Okay, this time if not reform within the United Nations Security Council, let's next time. So India is like, India say that it is fine, we will bring samosa to every meeting till you give us the seat. Means just peaceful waiting, we will cooperate, we will not show our anger. So it is like that. Now, we are moving towards counter-terrorism. Counter-terrorism. This counter-terrorism at UN level, you know, when India speak, then generally world listen. It means now India's standard is quite acceptable across the globe. India is not what it was 3-4 decades back. India is now bold, very assertive. Indians talk about fighting terrorism, and world used to pay attention on it. World can't ignore fighting against terrorism. Now India's voice is stronger than before. India is considered as one of the respectful country, very much influential country across the globe. So we generally held that आतंकवाद की कोई जात नहीं होती है. It means there is nothing, no relation of this terrorism with the caste, with the race, with the religion. So terrorism in any form is not acceptable. India has successfully conveyed the definition of terrorism. कि terrorism in any form is against the human development, is against the peace, against our all common objective. Terrorism has no religion, terrorism has no caste, although some of the peoples believe that most of the terrorists belongs to Muslim religion. But that is not always true. India held that do not justify this terrorism, maybe based on religion, maybe based on country based on certain humble background, based on certain compulsion. There is no justification. So in 2022, India held that no more terrorism. India hosted a conference, no more terrorism. अब और आगे कोई भी टेररिज्म नहीं होगा. स्टॉप फंडिंग टेररिज्म. जो भी लोग स्पॉन्सर कर रहे हैं टेररिज्म को, उनको भी टेररिज्म की डेफिनेशन के अंदर कवर करना चाहिए. दे शुड स्टॉप फंडिंग दी terrorism. They must share intelligence. They must strengthen law and cooperate across the globe so that this terrorism can be eliminated. Terrorism must be eliminated as soon as feasible. In any form, terrorism is not acceptable. That beautifully advocated by India at platform like UN, United Nations General Assembly. Now moving towards vaccine mastery. Vaccine mastery. So you have noticed that India is one of the significant country in producing pharmaceutical product. आपको इंडियंस होने के बाद एक गर्व होना चाहिए कि pharmaceutical industry is also performing well, especially in generic medicine. We have beat most of the developed nation. So that's why Trump, etc., generally criticize India, that India has taken advantage for very long time period, while it is no more a poor country and it is one of the highest tariff imposing country. So he criticized India, and US also have huge deficit in some of the pharmaceutical product, because in India patent laws etc. are not very strictly implemented. So when patent laws are not very strictly implemented and there is no concept of evergreening of patent कि थोड़ा सा formula change करो, chemical change करो, let's again revive या protect your newly developed product with the patent. So India has become one good source for production of trusted low or cheap price product, pharmaceutical product. So India is considered as vaccine guru. इंडिया को यूएन ने जनरली वैक्सीन गुरु माना है, स्पेशली टू साउथ ग्लोब, टू साउथ वर्ल्ड. ठीक है, मींस इक्वेटर के जो नीचे वाली कंट्रीज है, स्पेशली द अफ्रीकन कॉन्टिनेंट या साउथ अमेरिकन कॉन्टिनेंट. हियर इंडिया इज कंसिडर्ड एज द ग्लोबल गुरु, the leader. India's initiative helped several countries, more than 100 plus countries during COVID-19 period. We sent vaccine. Most of the countries at that time period, when they were busy in holding the vaccine, we were providing home delivery in all such countries. In most of the African, South American countries, we were providing home delivery. ठीक है, इंडियंस उस समय होम डिलीवरी ऑफ चीप एंड ट्रस्टेड एंटी कोविड वैक्सीन प्रोवाइड कर रहे थे, जिस समय मोस्ट ऑफ द यूरोपियन कंट्रीज होर्डिंग करने में लगे हुए थे कि अगर कोविड फॉर सर्टेन टाइम पीरियड डज नॉट reduces, then in such condition they will have some hoarding to treat, to curb such COVID kind of pandemic. Okay, so we did not hoard, rather we did home delivery. So you can say India is Zomato या Swiggy for vaccine. at UN. Yeah, India is UN Zomato or Swiggy for vaccine. During during COVID time period, generally most of these rich countries were looking for themselves. But India, on one hand, not only balance its 1.45 billion population, but on other hand, it is also balanced the need of poor countries across the globe. So in that way, India's uh, efforts have been acknowledged, recognized by United Nations organization as well. Now, India is on India is on a statistical commission. Now, after 20 years, again, India appointed to a statistical commission of the UN. Now, what is this? In 2013, India got elected at UN statistical commission after near about 20 years. Now it is important committee for United Nations organization who used to deal with data. ठीक है, ये डाटा से रिलेटेड जो भी रिपोर्ट है, they collect data, they maintain data, they analyze data. ठीक है, so they used to deal with data. This data may be related to population, ये population से related हो सकता है. This data may be related to environment, ठीक है, या economy, etc. Now, Indians also held that we can indulge our jugaad technique to maintain, to process, to analyze this data. So, world finally said it is okay. India can give us some jugadu analytics, yeah, analytics, means which can fix the problem with use of limited resources. With just use of limited resources, we can fix the problem that existed. Now, India also did commendable job at UN level in space diplomacy, or especially lunar space diplomacy. And lunar space diplomacy, India has proved its power, potential, fire. ठीक है, तो इंडिया का जो पोटेंशियल है, जो फायर है, जो पावर है, वो यूएन ने आइडेंटिफाई और एक्नॉलेज किया है, स्पेशली आफ्टर लॉन्चिंग ऑफ चंद्रयान 3. After launching of Chandrayaan 3, most of the countries, even developed nation, get inspired, get admiration from the India. Especially the poor countries can learn from India how a developing country with minimum budget can launch one of the excellent project, the first project which landed over the south pole of lunar, means moon. So Chandrayaan 3 get UN appreciation. It was moon mission of ISRO in 2023 and successfully landed a spacecraft near moon south pole. Now, UN and many global leaders praise India for this. India has showed its scientific excellency in achieving such kind of target. India has promoted peaceful use of space. India, one of the inspirations for developing nation or developing countries. India space success has boosted overall global influence. It generally make India one of the significant country with respect to states space services. Now, look at budget of Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 3 ka budget, if you look, we oftenly say that it is less than what is the budget of a Hollywood movie. Our Prime Minister, in some metaphor way, held that, in some dialogue way, held that India launched successfully its lunar mission, which is the first country which landed over the south pole of moon, far less than the budget of Hollywood movie. Budget of Hollywood movie is $165 million, while Chandrayaan 3 budget is just $75 million. Okay? So you can say it is less than half of Hollywood movies budget. Good significant Hollywood movies budget. So it shows that dedication of India, smart planning, belief in yourself. If such things you have, then you can prove your might. You being an UPSC aspirant, you need to believe in yourself, do smart strategy planning, have a schedule, strategy, and have dedication, commitment, determination. Then what India prove its potential with respect to space services across the globe, you can also do it commendably. Now, India and UN Human Rights Commission. India and UN Human Rights Commission. Just like you have National Human Rights Commission, similarly, United Nations organization also have Human Rights Commission, Human Rights Council. India always support freedom of speech, freedom of expression, protection of some of the basic rights, protection of minorities, universal dignity, etc. So we also always generally support human rights and propagate it, also maintained well within the country. Although the ranking in human rights violation is very poor, the performance of India is quite poor, yet across the globe we advocate it slightly in more aggressive, assertive way than most of other countries with respect to protection of human rights. So that's all in this lecture, India and UN relations. So I hope I have covered certain highlights. India and United Nations recent development, what we notice. You should also note down all such important points. They are highly helpful in your mains examination. If you likely to give certain examples, support your answer with such kind of facts, such kind of information concepts, then probably you can get little bit higher marks, better ranking in UPSC examinations. So that's all within today's lecture. We will meet further and next lecture. So bye bye, take care.